For me, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah.
It's more like normal. It's normal.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty. Hey, don't fucking touch it.
Too much.
Thank God for that.
It's back to normal.
At least we fixed that.
Yeah.
Ish.
Something got fixed.
It's good enough for me. I mean, I'm okay with it.
It looks it's not right.
Dude, I just know that if we keep this is gonna go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Kelsey.
giving us something to do.
Kelsey. There is also where you are. It's also 2 in the morning. What are you looking for now?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, almost.
Why are you still?
Why are you here?
She wants to hang out with us people.
Dude, do you realize like I
I'm
stay up
worried
until
about
like
tomorrow.
7 in the morning
So I thought
and
I'd put people in front of me to think about something else.
Yes.
Yep.
pretty sure that's why everybody's here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if not, they're kind of lying to themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as I concentrate on something else, I'll be fine.
We should talk about something.
I'm
Let's
shorter
talk about
than
me.
normal. I'm 5'11". That's like the average height for a guy.
But your camera's moved.
Oh.
Or you shrunk.
Well,
Either way.
fuck.
Importance of camera.
Meet
No,
the
that's- oh.
Greens. There we go.
I'll see. No one gonna memorize your camera angle, so if it ever changes.
It's exactly the same every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more to the left, and sometimes it's more to the
Oh my
But
god.
generally,
You are generally pretty centered though on your fucking. No, that's too far. No.
No, it's not. You should say it because reasons.
it was the same as it was earlier.
I don't know. It looks different to me. Like it's shorter. No, maybe it's just cause maybe I'm just focusing on what mine was. I don't know.
No, I know what else it
Sometimes.
comes on. Sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that. I think Elsie comes to hang out with Alpha Quadra because we're so merry.
What is Alpha Quadra?
That's us, basically.
Is it INTP, ISFJ?
ESFJ, ENTP. So
Oh.
INTP and ENTP.
All the people that I find extremely weird. Great.
I'm weird.
But apparently you like weird Elsie.
Susan's weird.
I know, I like the weird. The weird is like, what the hell are you doing? But at the same time, it's like, keep doing that.
Yeah, it's the same reason I come for. I like the weird too.
You know what? About that, I think that normal people are too boring.
Mm-hmm.
Weird people. They're more.
Extra legs.
They make life better.
Are you complimenting yourself?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you,
you're kinda
and
weird too.
Suze, and Josh, and
I.
I hate to say it, but Stefano guy over here, and
What are you saying about us?
We're weirdos.
you're all weird. We're all weird,
Oh, I'm a weirdo.
and I prefer
I
weird
embrace
people.
it, though. I make it. That's how I deal with myself. Embrace it.
Who likes normal anyway?
Where's Woodstock, Josh?
Normal is a bad word. Typical is a much better word. Normal has kind of.
Then you're getting all into the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
gender
yeah.
fight.
I
No,
agree with
typical
you, Josh.
sounds too medical.
Typical is
Yeah.
more accurate.
We are all typical because
Normal
we're
means
fucking
right. Normal has a connotation of correct.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Has no connotations applied to it. It's just
It does if you apply it to it. Yeah, it does.
well, typical does not have connotations of normal, of correctness attached to it.
Typical is one of those words where somebody thought that normal was too offensive to some people, therefore they had to make a more clinical term, so they said typical.
No, typical.
That's what it strikes me as.
Really weird. I don't like the word typical.
We're all types.
All right. Well, I'll just share a fun story that made me feel good. I got carded yesterday for cigarettes and for alcohol because you have to look under 30 in Virginia to get cigarettes and alcohol. So
35,
under-
I'd say.
Do I look under 30? Do I look?
Yeah.
35. Look better if you drink more water and more salt. Like I said.
I drink Gatorade. That has salt in it.
Okay.
And potassium.
Are you being serious right now?
No, he's not.
Yeah, I am. Get my electrolytes. Because my
Oh
NA
my
and GAP
God.
test was low, and
Okay. Speaking of Moody's, idiocracy.
apparently, because my sodium level was 2 points away from being low, and my blood sugar was 2 points high
Compared to what?
compared to the lab's normal threshold of normal.
What was the normal threshold?
I have to.
If you can't tell me, then I suppose it doesn't matter.
Well, I've had a little drink tonight, and I've been taking my antipsychotics to get and they slow me down. My albumin,
You know the ill say something different, don't you?
my ALT was 15,
Actually, it sounds like it's on.
and then GAP was 4, which is low. ST was 20. The calcium was right. Creatinine's good. That's your kidneys. Glucose, 160 milligrams per deciliter. The medium range is 65 between 100. I had 116. My potassium is good. My sodium was 139. And the normal range is 135 millimoles per liter through 145 millimoles per liter. Which is the same thing as pretty much like
Who's
internet.
got the ringing background?
It's Steve. I just muted
Oh.
him.
And the only thing I got out of the ordinary was my glucose was high by like,
Josh,
and my NI and GAP was low by 2 points.
Josh, what did you eat for breakfast and what did you eat for dinner?
I don't generally eat breakfast.
Alright, what about dinner?
Lean chicken with
Steve.
with some dark greens and a salad.
Can you repeat that, please?
Usually lean, skinless, boneless chicken breast with dark greens and a salad.
Why do you eat the dark greens and salad if you do not eat saturated fat?
Well, I eat a lot of cheese. I imagine there's saturated fat in cheese. Of course, it would depend on what kind of cheese it was. It were to be. Dealing with an if situation, so it's were, not was. Yeah.
Fats are good for you.
I mean, I eat fat. I mean, I don't like not eat fat. I just don't eat it on a general basis. I'm not a sweets person. I like savory meats, savory tasting food, and I've chosen to not eat red meat as much as possible. But I do eat a good steak once in a while, like once a week.
Is this an argument of you being a vegetarian or something?
No. This
No,
is
I'll argue right now.
my uniform diet. Usually the greens are either Brussels sprouts or asparagus,
That's pretty good.
which are actually or broccoli. I like
So
broccoli
pretty-
raw. I love raw broccoli and raw cauliflower
Why would you eat it raw?
because I like the way it tastes with a little bit of ranch dressing on it, a little tiny bit.
Shouldn't you be eating things that would provide your body with the nutrients that you require?
Well, I do know that eating lean meat with greens is good. Is a good liver. It's a good liver diet. I may be having a deficit in other areas like vitamin D, calcium.
Why would you have a deficiency in those specifically?
Because I don't ever go out in the light. It hurts.
Do you not consume?
I need I'm supposed to take 4,000 units of vitamin D every day, and I haven't lately.
Who gave you that prescription?
It wasn't a prescription. You could buy it over the counter, but it was at the advisement of my primary care physician upon doing blood work on me.
If you were not out in the sun, why did they give you something so low?
Because apparently I'm getting it somewhere. I mean, they did the blood work, and the deficit that I had was what he told me to take. The lowest prescription strength is 50,000 units, and that's taken once a week.
A what?
50,000 international units of vitamin D once a week.
Is that the lowest one?
That's
weird.
the lowest one, yeah.
I think you should be taking 30,000 international units a day.
That's a lot, Elsie.
I know.
For a normal person, the recommended.
I take vitamin E too,
Uh-huh.
because it's a good antioxidant and it helps with liver healing. 30,000 a day. Wow.
Of D3 and K2, at least 3,000 a day.
Yeah, I don't know how my vitamin K is. I do love carrots though.
I do not believe they contain vitamin K2.
Isn't beta carotene vitamin K?
That's
No,
not the
it's
same.
vitamin A, and it can only be absorbed through gut bacteria, which you probably don't have considering your temperament. I'm sorry.
What contains vitamin K? What kind of foods contain vitamin K? Other than taking supplements, which likely wouldn't have much bioavailability because it isn't met with the enzymes of the food that you should be eating it from which you should be eating it. I can't eat shellfish.
I'm sorry
Eggs.
to hear that.
Every morning,
I do love eggs. I eat eggs.
every morning you can make an egg fried
Okay.
egg sandwich. It's got fat. It's got vitamin K. It's got.
I do eat eggs. And when you say sprouted vegetables, what do you mean? Like arugula or?
Anything that you sprout
Veg.
yourself, mainly leaves. Shellfish allergy is not permanent. You can overcome that.
Like when I eat salad, I usually eat like from bags of like.
Wait a second. Did you say sorry? Shellfish allergy is not permanent? I didn't know that. That's
Shellfish
interesting.
Shellfish is bad for liver.
Is it along the same lines of lactose intolerance, where you can overcome it? Oh, okay. That's interesting.
But shellfish are actually bad for the liver if you have a compromised liver.
If you eat liver, your liver will improve.
I love good Jewish delicatessen chopped liver.
How often do you eat that?
At least once a month, I get a pint of it.
Once a month?
Yeah, it's expensive, but you know what?
It should be cheap as shit. What the hell?
It's expensive to get good chopped.
Nobody likes liver, man.
Expensive to get good chopped liver.
Nobody, which is why it's so blooming cheap, at least in England.
Yeah.
I love liver. Liver tastes fucking awesome.
I know, but it's cheap because nobody wants it.
Yeah, but when you go to a fine delicatessen that is seasoned it properly, it costs like fucking like.
Okay, figure out how to season it yourself, dude.
You shouldn't need to season it. If it's real liver, it will taste amazing.
I don't know about that. I
used to
like
love
to think I have a
liver.
pretty good palate, but I don't like liver.
Goose liver is really good too.
If you eat liver and it tastes bitter or sour or strange, then you've cooked it too quickly and too long.
I know this kind of this liver will actually you'll see the bile go to the bottom of the container.
Not to be a weirdo, but when you take a shit, what colour is your poo?
Brown, not gray.
That's good.
That's because my bilirubin is being excreted through my shit, as it should be.
It's just that
Well,
I
I'm
talked
not-
to someone recently who had
Why I'm
basically
why I'm not
white
yellow or
shits.
green. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was about to say it's why I'm not yellow or green.
That's good, as long as it's normal.
How long has this been normal?
No, she said as long as
Frontline-
it's normal.
throughout my entire Hep C journey, my creatinine never rised above dangerous levels, and neither did my bilirubin. Only my AST and my ALT.
What about your thyroid?
Thyroid's fine.
T3?
I thought I had
Yeah.
hypothyroidism. I thought it was the answer to all my problems. So I went in and I was like, please, just check my testosterone and my thyroid. And they're like, both of it's normal. Sorry. I thought I'd figured myself out.
Me too.
Well, I spent 3 months pretty much cooped up in a room trying to concoct a cocktail of amino acids to fix myself. Mentally, at least. Why? Because I was reluctant at first to go see a psychiatrist.
Why did you want to see a psychiatrist?
Because I needed help. That was beyond my control or my family to assist in. I mean, I was like talking to myself in the mirror, seeing people and fucking beating myself up in the face. My dad jokes that he had to break up he said it was the only fight I had to break up that only had one person in it.
You.
I don't do that anymore.
I don't
I was
believe
never a cutter. I couldn't cut myself. I don't dislike blood. I just don't want to die from the stimulation that I require sometimes. And I haven't required that sort of stimulation in a long time. Long time. Now my friend Colin that got me out of the house yesterday, he tried to kill himself. And luckily he hit the vein and the tendon and not the artery, or he'd be dead.
What a fucktard.
Well,
Should have done it right.
we've been friends for like 14 years. We're pretty close.
Why did that
He
matter?
goes through a lot of the same things that I go through. I mean, he was a chemistry major, and he had a job at Pfizer waiting for him, and he fucking fucked it up because of his fucking mental issues. I feel bad for him. 14 years? Because he's always been there for me, even when we weren't in touch.
Could
I
that
hadn't
not
talked-
be
I hadn't
said the
talked to him
same
in a
for
year.
anyone else?
Huh? I have about 3 or 4 people that I rely upon for my emotional satisfaction. Yeah, there was someone there that was there for longer, but she was a user. She was not a she was not a giver, though she put herself out to be. Colin and I get along very well. We have a lot of the same problems, and we comfort each other when we see each other. Even though we hadn't seen each other or really spoken to each other in over a year, it's the kind of friendship where you can just like pick up and it's just like yesterday. You saw them or spoke to them. Plus, he knows a lot about psychopharmacology, and we can have like grand discussions about things like that. Like my plan to get my harebrained plan to get my psychiatrist to prescribe me L-Dopa so my fucking Wellbutrin would work better. He's like, no, I'm not gonna prescribe you L-Dopa. You don't have Parkinson's. I was like, but please. Because I'm bound here to take care of my brother. I'm a victim of circumstance.
I don't believe that. Fucking rubbish. Are you serious? I know you're not. That sounds like the
It drained.
lamest excuse.
As much as I love him, he drains me completely, physically and emotionally.
Well, great. Rise above that then.
Trying.
He needs to lay down.
Was that a door or something?
Yeah. Did he go to lie down?
Well, you were completely right in. Well, I was right along those levels of. That's exactly what I thought was only an excuse. Yeah, but I don't think that might have been a little harsh. Yeah.
It's not an excuse. It's like I have to be here at 9, 3, and 9, and I try to like sleep away the rest. Stupid, I guess. I have to go lay him down now and change him. So I'll be back in like 10 minutes. He goes to bed. Goes to bed at 9. He's going to bed late tonight because I didn't get his meds until 9:30 instead of 9. My alarm didn't go off. I didn't set it for every day. I set it for one. All right, so I'll be back.
Nope, that's not an excuse.
I don't like the idea of the circumstances victimizing yourself to your circumstance, because yeah, there's a point where you're giving yourself to help this person or help these people that you're helping, but when it damages yourself, that's when you're supposed to know you need to move on, right?
Or you can just do this and
No.
do other things as well.
I don't agree. It's when you were supposed to step it up.
In what way, Elsie?
You either step up to the challenge or hire somebody else that can do that for you.
That's true.
And if you don't do that, you suck. I don't see him as capable right now. I've looked after people who need ultimate protection, shall I say, before. They need everything done for them.
Yeah, I took care of my grandmother for a couple of years before she passed on. Kind of, for me, it was a responsibility, there was not really an emotion tied to it. It's like you had to do it. You did it or you didn't.
Did you feel like it was a failure or a success?
Oh, it was definitely a success.
Why?
Because she was comfortable for the last couple of years of her life.
How do you know?
Well, she had Alzheimer's. So, the moments that she was lucid, she was very forthcoming.
Oh dear. I've looked after old people before. For some reason, they always think I'm the mother in the end.
That's interesting.
Was it family members or did you have it as a job?
Yes, we were related. Distantly. It was strange because the people they thought I was were still alive. And they still knew them. Yet somehow they thought I was them.
I would imagine that would mean that you exhibit great empathy
No.
or structure, I guess you can say, organization.
Nope.
Wow.
Why would that affect what I do?
No, I mean them thinking that you're their mother. Like those would be the cues that would make them think that, maybe?
Why would I change my behavior because of that?
Oh, I don't know. I was just guessing.
There's a certain standard you have when taking care of people. You don't change it no matter what they think you are.
That's true, but some people could become uncomfortable in the situation. Some people.
I feel like
I would
I would... Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You first. You have a better memory than me.
I don't know. I was just saying, I've had to be taken care of before after my car accident, and being taken care of is annoying as hell. Like, because you're incontinent. I mean, you can't really do anything for yourself. It's annoying, and I would imagine that taking care of old people in general, like if you do it for a living, you would definitely see those kinds of traits come out of come out of the old people, right? Sometimes it's. I remember my grandmother used to lash out at me because basically it boiled down to that. She didn't believe that she was old, and didn't believe that she couldn't take care of herself.
In the end, it was very strange because they believed that I was their daughter. So basically, anything that I did was in opposition of them. But it's not about what they want, but what they require.
Yeah, maybe you have some family resemblance.
I look exactly like my grandfather, in fact. It's scary, the genetics, you know?
Hmm.
Those old photos from the 20s or 40s or whatever, they look exactly like me, which is scary.
But kind of cool too, right?
Also cool, yeah.
I thought it was really creepy the first time I met my eldest uncle, because he
They're
showed me
dead
pictures
now.
of him. I'm sorry?
They're dead.
Yeah. Um, I remember him showing me pictures of him as a kid, and it looked just like me as a kid. And I was like, what the fuck? Ever since then, I've always been fascinated with genetics.
I look like a mix of my grandmothers on each side.
In my opinion, if you look like them, you're closer to death than you are than if you look unique from them, because during the past wars, the rations and diet would have been less, so you would have inherited something from that, much like Pottinger's cat.
Much like.
The thing you linked Pottinger's cat.
Yes.
That was cool.
Oh. I'm not familiar with that.
How diets affect generations forward in cats.
Even one generation.
I'm gonna look into this and read about it. This
Yeah.
looks interesting.
Please do. I think it's important.
So, did you say if I look like them, I'm more like them?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Like one of them, I believe, was an INTP, and both of my parents are some sort of SF.
Shit, my eldest uncle was a painter. Like
Oh,
he did pinstriping for cars. He was actually pretty famous. Well, not famous, but within the Hollywood scene, his name was known. But he died from an ulcer. So, can I not die from an ulcer? That's awesome. I mean, I'd rather not. You know,
You probably will if you don't
I
change
probably will, but I'd rather not. Can we not do that?
If you would rather not, then do you have something that would change that?
No. I'm figuring.
What do you think caused
Everybody's
it?
going to die eventually, so it's not that big of a deal.
But at least they could live full and normal lives before they die.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
I'm sorry, Suzanne, I seem to change my mind every day. What my family is.
It's okay.
Like one day, like my dad's totally INTP, and then next day, I'm like, he cries too much. I don't think it's about that necessarily.
No, but just a combination of everything. It can skip generations.
I don't mean to sound weird.
No,
Uh,
it's not
Many
weird.
chickens.
Genetically speaking, you're more like your grandfathers or grandmothers than you are like your mothers. Typically speaking, I should say.
Yeah.
Thank you. That makes me feel better.
But Elsie, you know this is an interest of mine.
I don't, but if
Now
it
you
is,
know.
then
I breed cats for...
Yeah, she breeds cats, dude.
okay.
All of-
You breed cats. I breed birds. Let's combine.
Yes? Catbird.
And together, perhaps I'll help you select the next litters. I'm not too familiar with cats. I am, however, familiar with dogs.
I want cats with wings.
You're joking, right?
Of course, but it's a fun thought.
I only try to improve
See ya,
what there is already.
guy. I can never say his name correctly, so I just don't even bother. I say Stefano.
Steffo is what I say. I'm worried about Josh.
Like a big part of cat selective breeding is the pedigrees, and you can find every generation there is and look at what they look like.
Pedigrees don't matter if they decided not to breed strength into the line.
Yeah, of course, but it's a part of it, and it's interesting to see great grandparents pop out again. Like, there comes out a kitten that's different, and you can research and see where the hell did that come from.
And they normally end up shit.
Shit. No. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's like, what is this shit? Most of them are pets anyway, so it's kind of charming and interesting.
Even
not
if
what-
actually still
Like,
exist.
poor little runt.
Hmm?
Like, poor little runt type of like, poor you.
Yeah, but strength and all that, I have been very fortunate, and
Excuse me.
gonna continue that thought when she's back. Everyone messages me. I kind of like it, but it's kind of much sometimes. So how are you today, John? Having a better day?
I think so.
That's good.
I don't know. That person I broke up with a week ago came over yesterday.
What happened?
She was crying.
Oh.
Popsicle.
Andy!
Oh man, I wish I had a popsicle right now.
So, what are we talking about?
Genetics.
Yeah, just waiting for
Telomeres?
Elsie. Genetics.
My ex is a geneticist. Happy for him. He's in medical school too. Wants to be a pediatrician. I used to think he's in medical school. That's what I heard. I know he passed the MCAT. I'll see. This is a popsicle that was made from orange juices. It only has natural sugar in it. I assume they're only 10 calories apiece. Is this bad for me too?
No, that's just candy. I think the point is eat more varied.
Yeah, but I'm a creature of habit.
Uh,
I like to eat the same things.
Never
I
mind. Yeah, eat the same things.
like to wear
That's-
similar things, and
Yeah,
Once
but that's
I
not
get into-
optimal.
once I get into something I like, I pretty much.
Hey.
Yeah, it's not. I know I do that too sometimes. Like, this thing is easy and available, but I try not to do that because it's not good for you.
Hey Josh,
Sorry. I hate most castles, but this guy's pretty cool though.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel like you would rather shoot yourself in the head?
Oh, that's such a good
A
question.
3 right now.
Or does a knife feel better?
Oh no, not a knife.
Why
But-
not?
Well, unless I hit my carotid and then I bleed out in a couple seconds. But if I were to, like, stab myself in the gut, no, wouldn't like that at all.
You
So
haven't
not
thought about
pain.
slitting your wrists?
No, and because the carotid would be way less invasive actually, and way quicker. I would go out in a grand steam of glory with diacetylmorphine. I thought I would kill myself if I was going to.
Why do that when you could shoot yourself in the face?
Because I don't like pain, and the thought
You
of,
wouldn't feel pain if you killed yourself efficiently.
well, there's a chance that I may not. There's a chance.
Why would you take
There's
that
a chance
risk?
that I may feel like a nanosecond of pain, and I would rather feel good while I'm in the process of dying.
You cannot feel good if you're dying.
Yeah, you can if you inject a shit ton of morphine. You just
I see.
go out and you just go unconscious.
I'm not suicidal right now. If that's what you're asking.
Only because you look like it.
I attempted it 3 months ago, 4 months ago, but I decided that I didn't want to die when I jumped into
Why?
the river. Because I was afraid at the moment that I would not have a sense of self if I were to die, and that I would not be here to take care of my brother.
Hire someone then.
It's not that easy.
Why?
Because he's schizophrenic, and he there's only one person that was willing to stay. It's like when we hire aides, it's like a constant cycle of training them, and we're doing most of the work to train them, and then they stay for like 2 weeks and they leave because they're not getting enough hours, or because he's too difficult to deal with.
Who cares as long as somebody gets the job done?
But they don't do it with care. They sometimes are lax in their efforts.
You're saying you're better than them.
It's much easier to do it ourselves
Why?
because we'd be doing it ourselves anyway. Teaching someone. We were in a constant teaching process. We had 2 people that stayed. One guy stayed for a year. He ended up becoming a drunk, and we had to let him go, which was sad because he did a really good job.
Like you?
Like me, yes.
So how are you any better?
I know my brother. I know what to look for when he's about to have a seizure. I mean, he can only use his left hand. That's the only thing he can do. He can only use his left hand.
Are they not instructed in how to care for him?
They send out CNAs, certified nurses assistants.
So you could be replaced.
I could by someone who didn't care enough to take care of to care for him properly.
But
When
you
they
couldn't
changed
instruct
him,
them to do
when they
so.
changed him, they would not put on the proper creams, the proper powders. It's like taking care of an infant.
I know how to take care of infants.
I would now. And we're constantly have to be monitoring him to make sure he's not having a seizure. And to attend to all of his needs whenever he needs something, because he can only use his left hand. And now that he's schizophrenic, he's talking to people that aren't there, and luckily they're not scary people. They make him laugh, so at least there's that bit of comfort. He's not scared by what he sees. That comforts me at least a little bit. But
It doesn't make sense that it was still the same. It would probably get worse over time.
Mm-hmm. He had a bad seizure about a year ago.
By that I mean the people that he sees will not always be benevolent.
Well, I'd like to think that a good 65% of physicians are in it for the right reasons.
It doesn't matter what they are. It only
We-
matters what care he has and what changes positively you're able to affect on his life.
Sorry.
Like I said, it's almost easier. I mean, not emotionally, but physically, and it's like we're constantly in a training process. They'll send out one person, they'll send out then another person, then we have to train them, and then they leave, and then we'll train someone else, and we're doing all the work. And he
Why
weighs
did
like
it keep
160,
leaving?
he weighs like 165, 170 pounds, and I weigh like 138 to 142. It's really fucking backbreaking work.
Perhaps you should hire competent people.
Well, they're hard to come by.
Why?
But you keep trying.
At this moment, I dread to think what the American health establishment is like.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 surgeries last month. He broke his femur, and
You would be right to question that.
He told me.
Yeah, and I still blame myself for that, even though it wasn't my fault.
Why?
Because I was the one operating the hydraulic lift that fell over when he was being transported from his bed to his chair.
Yes, I suppose you could have prevented that.
Well, no, because I was using it properly. I don't know what the fuck happened. It just, the center of balance got off and it fell. Like, we could hire private people, but they would cost literally like a couple $1,000s a week. The people that he's aided through Medicaid.
When you say that, do you mean like 700 a week or
No, I mean like 1,200. I mean like $1,200 to $1,500 a week.
1,200 a week?
And my family's pretty affluent, but if we were going to be doing that every week, for the rest of our lives, we'd be destitute eventually.
If he is such trouble, why don't you get rid of him?
Because I love him.
Does he love himself? Does he find value in himself?
He did
How do you
before.
know?
He did before he went full blown schizophrenic.
How do you know if he will not be the same way soon?
Well, we don't know. We're going to be trying a different medication next month.
So you suspect that you will go the same way?
When he was born, he had a brain hemorrhage, and about a third of his brain was pretty much dead. And he had a shunt put in to drain all the blood down from his brain into his abdomen.
Yes,
And
I've heard that.
He
You
had
don't
that.
need to be dead to be broken.
He took that out. They had that taken out in like 2006, 2007. It was all calcified and broken apart, and it was terrible. He was in so much pain, like behind his eye. It ran down here, like down here, like through here, and like down the neck into the, yeah. And they finally took it out. And the last seizure he had, the last bad seizure he had, which was about a year ago, sent him into schizophrenia.
Why do you let him live any longer?
Does he want to live any longer, is what you asked?
Not himself, of course, but everybody around him that allows him to live.
Because there's a chance that one medication could bring him back. If we could just bring him back to the way he was before, he was content. He was like an amateur, meteorologist. He had a weather page. He subscribed to like all these like radar fucking shit that fucking meteorologists subscribe to, and he had a Facebook page where he would predict the weather according to the European models as opposed to the American models, and he was quite proficient with his left hand. He could do a lot of things, and we're still hopeful that we can get him back.
I can do a lot on my left hand too. What about you?
Yes, I probably could, but he doesn't have the interest or the will anymore. He's too busy
I'm not
talking.
talking about him. I'm talking about you.
What about me?
What can you do? And why can't you do it?
I don't have any interest right now. I'm trying to find one.
Why?
Because I need one.
I get that.
Why?
Constantly needing an interest.
I need something.
That's kind of an ENTP
I
thing.
need something to explore with my mind in depth, and I can't find anything right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
He still has dominant TI. They love learning.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like food for thought.
Okay. What am I?
NTP,
ENFJ.
ENFJ, I think so.
My friend yesterday, I typed him as an ENFJ. We get along pretty well.
Why?
We get along with INFJs too. I'm sorry, INFPs. My friend was an ENFP. I'm sorry, not an ENFJ. He's an ENFP. My grandmother's an ENFJ. She argues from emotions, but she is, I guess, logical enough to preserve our great relationship that she basically humors my TI.
She's a total bitch then. I can write that down as well.
That's probably what has made her so successful in business.
Envisioner mentor. That's ENFJ.
No, ENFJs don't do anything.
See, Elsie can be facetious and have a perfectly straight face at the same time.
If you can feign sincerity, you're a monster.
Maybe Elsie's the true ENFJ psychopath.
No.
See, now I see a
Or
little
if you can mask emotion. If you can mask emotion or feign sincerity, you can do anything in the world.
Yeah. See, I can see a little Ted Bundy in both John and Elsie.
Who is that? Who
That's
is that?
Anthony.
He was a very charismatic serial killer
Yep.
in the late 70s, early 80s.
He was a nerd in high school and then just kind of learned social skills and, you know.
He was smart as a motherfucker. He represented himself. He did it very well, too.
He was not smart at all, I've heard. Like, he was a total linear thinker. Couldn't understand intuitive
Ted
concepts.
Bundy feigned intelligence.
Sure, that sounds like me.
No,
No?
you know things, clearly.
How do you know what I know?
That's a good question. You could have been feeding me a line of bullshit this whole evening. I would not know it. 'Cause I'm too
I
trusting.
think Elsie's being very
I don't
careful.
understand the concept of lying.
That's a lie.
No, I do understand the concept of it now. When I was younger, I didn't. I remember when I first realized that there was a such thing called false advertising, and it blew my mind. I was like, how are they allowed to do this? How are they allowed to sell products that don't work when they say that they do? And I was like 6 years old, and I was like, why are they allowed to do this?
Place value on lies. That's probably just it.
That's the kind of stuff everyone learns growing
I
up.
lie about drugs
Why?
because I want the people around me to think I'm not doing them when I'm not. I haven't been.
Josh, can you redefine that, please?
I will. The one thing I will lie about is when I do hard drugs, and that's
Why?
because I don't want her to worry about me. My mother's an ESFJ. She's my mirror.
Why are you so self-destructive?
I'm not self-destructive. I just want to feel like I.
You know you're self-destructive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know that. I'll admit it. I'm trying to work on it. That's why when I realized that I was going underwater and I can't swim, I grabbed for a branch on the dam and pulled myself back up because I realized I didn't want to die.
You know what I did?
All I want is to be content. That's just what I want. Just contentness. I don't even need happiness. I just want contentness. I just want to be content.
I didn't want content. I just
You know what? Damn it!
middle
Fucking
finger.
Can you not
outlier.
talk over Elsie,
I demand euphoria.
Why?
Fuck.
Why does that matter?
It feels good.
It doesn't
we can
in the
talk to
grand
people.
scheme of things, though.
I can talk to people. And
Euphoria is more of a state of the body than it is the mind.
You know,
It's short term.
And your
studies
body,
show that addicts tend to be more successful in quitting when surrounded by loved ones, or say if they have a new girlfriend that is just completely straight edge or anything like that.
What do you mean by that, Elsie?
can you not see that it's not content at all?
His body?
Yes.
He looks stressed out. I mean,
No.
Elsie, you were about to say something with meaning a moment ago.
yeah.
Which of the thousands of loaves could it be?
You wanted something.
Josh, please don't hurt yourself any further.
I won't.
You will.
I know. I'll try to lessen the amount of hurt that I do to myself.
I don't care how
I
many
mean-
people you hurt.
No, I
I
said
don't
I will
care
try to
how much
lessen the
people you
amount
lie.
that I will try to lessen the amount of hurt that I do to myself.
I mean, at least try and be sincere.
I was being sincere.
No, you don't.
No, I was. I was being completely sincere. You couldn't tell?
You
Your
don't.
I'm being completely 100%. No, I'm being serious. Like, you couldn't tell. I was being serious.
I couldn't seriously 100% tell that you were lying to yourself. You kidding me? Never mind, I've seen it before.
Now you're lumping me in with a group of people that you've stereotyped.
Yes.
But stereotypes are around.
Be a good boy and have the resources to shoot yourself in the face like the rest of them.
To whom should I send your message?
Send it to God, who doesn't care.
Send it to God. Who cares?
Here's what I found on the web for the God who cares. Have a look.
Oh my God.
Siri, you are a fucking bitch, and I want you to stop talking to me right now.
Well, I'm still here for you.
She's too understanding.
Call me by my name.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
See,
I feel your pain.
Siri,
Secret to life. You need to unlock your iPhone first.
I'll use something else. Just say, change my nickname.
Siri is like a girl who constantly tempts you and makes you buy her a new Mercedes, but
I'm not sure.
you only get waist up.
Say my name, bitch.
But since we're friends, I get to call you my maker.
Does that make you feel good?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you said.
Call me a joke.
My maker. Get serious.
How about your life? Does that feel like a joke?
Is my life a joke, Siri?
Interesting question. My maker.
Please feed your cat.
I miss that.
I asked her to be my Valentine one year. She refused. Fucking bitch. He has sustenance. He just likes to go in and out, 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 in and out.
Have you considered that he may not have the ability to provide himself with
He doesn't like to use his kitty litter. He likes to go. All right, fine. I'll let you out. God damn it. Come on. Come on. Come on.
That's not
You know another thing? He likes me to watch him while he eats. Like, I have to be there when like I have to like coddle him while he eats.
Then he expects more.
What's up? I love you. You're my best friend. You're bothering me right now. Okay? Now?
Pretty sure your cat doesn't understand English.
I don't either, apparently.
No.
I don't know, my cat's pretty chill.
Stop loving your cat and give it what it needs.
He has food, he has water, he has clean water, he has fucking glorious amounts of food.
Then make sure it is placed safely.
It is. He wants me to watch him eat it. Watch.
Make sure that you would also eat it safely.
I'm not serious about it. Eat your food. It's okay.
Trust me, cat doesn't want that.